Not
that
quite.
Sorry, the what's in the where now? Okay, let me pull that up here.
Hey, Ross. I noticed that 2 of my ability scores didn't get transferred, correct? Strength's supposed to be 13, charisma's supposed to be 10. I'm a retard. I figured it out.
Yeah, I'm downloading here. Hold on, I gotta change my push to talk again.
Yeah. Happy Halloween!
Fuck you.
Oh, happy birthday!
Hey,
Thank you very much,
T-Stories.
sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you for checking us out. We'll be playing for a couple hours. Okay. So I'm just getting a couple of final things here fixed up. I may need to test some of this after the stream, actually. It might just work out a little easier. One more time, Racky, just speak up for me real quick to make sure I've got yours set up right.
Testing, testing.
And Eric, do you want to speak up for me?
Speaking up.
Yeah, you're the one that's... Okay, so I need to fix that one.
Alright.
Okay, I will fix that after the stream. But let's take a look. Is everybody... no, Eric. Once Eric gets connected, we will get started. But I want you all to think about the question of the evening. Now, there is a little bit of a preface to this one. The only correct answer to this is just going to be a name. Nothing more, and nothing less. That's all we want. And each of you, Theos, Vicord, Ollie, Jalazar, Muriel, Dendang, I want you to consider the group that you've spent the past year or so with, and think about if you could only save one party member, who would it be?
Nice.
I'm on voice activation. Is my background noise coming through?
Not so far. If it is, I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, what you got to do is right-click that Dendang and to hit unlock, and then it'll let you move it around. So we're all going to be working to learn the Fantasy Grounds interface over the next few sessions, right? It will take some time. There'll be a little bit of a learning curve, but we'll get through it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to speak up and ask them. But the chat is also quite useful. If you have a question about the interface and you want to just type it out, you can type /OOC and then type it out. If you want to use the chat to speak in character, you can do that as well. If there's, if one character is kind of interacting with an NPC or something, people don't need to cease to exist in the background. You guys can use that to interact, and I'll do my best to keep an eye on it. Ollie, why don't you grab your character sheet up, and I think we'll be ready to go.
Where do I go for that again?
On the right panel, just click PC, and then you can double click on Ollie and it should open it up.
Let's see, I got the nothing's in there. I either got add item or import something.
Try that. Is there one now?
Hold on a second. The map is up in the way, so let me press again. Characters, so let me try it again here. I click PC. Oh, there I am. Okay.
Alright, there we go.
I apologize. If I leave early, I apologize. I've been working, rebuilding and repairing on my deck all week. That's what I've been doing on my fun vacation. And I hurt my back and my shoulder real bad, and I'm on some Vicodin and some muscle relaxers right now, and I'm kind of fighting to stay awake.
No worries. So. We will play and it'll go how it goes.
All right. Sorry about that. Just a heads up.
So let's go ahead and we'll just start with you, Ollie, in case we lose you right away.
Sure.
If you could save only one member of the party, who would it be?
Excuse me. Is this well? I have two.
Do we
nope,
get to
just
say
a
why?
name. Just a name.
Okay.
That's it. A single name. That's all I want.
All right.
I know.
Am I saying? Is this who I think Ollie would say?
Yeah, this is who you're answering in character. This is to Ollie.
Okay, Ollie, I believe, would save Mariel.
Theos? Hey, Matt. Oh boy, it is a nemesis. Welcome. I hope you enjoy. Theos, if you could save one member of the party, who would it be? I'm asking them the tough questions tonight.
Somebody who's good with electronics.
I'm gonna assume Theos is broken for the moment. Theos, you speak up when you come back. We will ask Bickward. Bickward.
Akuma.
Zalazar?
Mariel.
Muriel?
Theos.
Dendeng?
Mario.
I asked this question several weeks ago at a game which was pretty intense. It was good times. Resulted in our first player loss over that whole adventure and the previous adventure. So it was a pretty good story moment. But I was kind of curious to know the answers here. That being said, Dendang, do you want to give us a refresher on what happened while Theos and Ollie were away last time?
Yeah, 1 second. Just pulling up the Roll20 announcement. Make sure I don't forget anything.
Theos, are you working? Yeah, that was a question I asked, and it was interesting because the player that died last time, Nemesis,
Maybe she can't.
was the person who only one other person had said they would save that person.
I didn't see her disconnect on Sirenscape.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Alright, so previously on Dungeons and Dragons, we awoke and completed the ritual, returning Vickward and Dendang back to their normal, solidified, non-oozy forms. Fought our way, or walked our way up north, saw a path, went left, found 2 giant hill giants, playing tic-tac-toe, most brutishly, and Dendang Bobao quite impulsively just jumped up and stabbed at, starting a big old fight with 2 big old morons, and we broke them down pretty hard. But they were tough, did some damage. Dendang's at like half health. We found some strange purple gems. Dendang didn't touch them. He's had enough fun with gems lately. Everybody else went through and started looking around. Found that the gems are strong in the earth elemental forces, but hold no other discernible magic powers for us right now. Went down a tunnel full of gems. It just kept going. Everybody got the heebie-jeebies and kind of turned around. Vickward, I believe, collected a sample of the glowy gems. Journeying north a little bit, we see like a mining room with a train cart and some ghostly dwarves. The ghostly dwarves pointed us in the direction. It seemed like they were kind of not happy about being ghost dwarves still mining. So we go up in another direction. They said something I can't recall right now. I might come back to it soon. Does anybody remember they say anything to us? Because I think Mariel tried to engage them in conversation before.
Looking, I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember the
They
verbiage,
weren't
but
very friendly.
they
No,
pointed
they
you
seem-
to
Oh, they
the
did
to the
point
throat,
something.
the dwarven
Yes, they
throat.
pointed to a lever, like the thing in the north, right? North end of that mine cart room.
Is that also where I found the dwarven thrower?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
They
Rubble.
pointed you to the
Yeah.
pile of ore or rubble and whatnot where the tracks ended on the north end of the room. Like all they did was direct you to that, and then they
And smiled. They
disappeared
didn't
and they
say
smiled
anything.
at you.
Yeah.
Okay, so friendly enslaved ghost dwarves pointed us to a mystical weapon, which gave
Who doesn't
Mariel a
love
new
enslaved
awesome cool
ghost dwarves,
Thor-like
right?
throwing hammer,
Guys,
and she handed down the very on-brand storm boomerang to Dendang Bobao. And we went up some stairs and encountered a minotaur and another thing, a virtue, crazy, fucking gross. Vart, yeah. Came right at us. It was gross. The big old eye. Fucked that up too. So now we're in a smelly room where I guess a minotaur used to sleep. So we now come back to Dungeons and Dragons.
So we come back to Dungeons and Dragons directly after slaying this Minotaur, this fire-breathing, fairly heavily armored for a Minotaur, and this Nothic. Now this room is lined by just hams that have been sliced off at the wrist and charred. There's a brazier in near the middle of the room. There are several hands of various species glowing on the coals. So we will start out with showing you guys kind of a simple thing about Fantasy Grounds here. What I want you to do in the top right of your screen is click on the little button that looks like an eye with a bunch of little people. It's a party sheet. Open that up, and I'll show you how items are distributed post fights. So when you search these bodies, you find a couple different things. You find several hundred gold, as well as 10 flawed gems, but they seem to be of at least a little value. On the inventory portion of the sheet, I can just drop gold and gems there, and then in this example, normally I let you guys sort this out yourselves, but I'm using this as a demonstration. In this example, we have 220 gold pieces and 130 silver, and we can distribute that then among the party evenly. And you can see in chat, we didn't have any items assigned for distribution, but it assigned the gold and the silver. The items, you guys can take out of chat and into your inventory. I can also assign them to people so that only they can take them, but it's really up to you what is done with those, how you split them up. We can, if you only want to take a couple, and other people take a couple and you split them up like that, that's fine. We would just have to kind of manually do that. The other portion of the party sheet, which I don't know if you guys have the ability to see, which is the XP section. I told you guys I was keeping track of all of the XP in this cave, because just before we went down into this cave, we turned level 8, and then we changed over to an XP-based system. So we're able to distribute experience points in a similar manner to gold, and then it does keep a record of it in the chat. So the total amount of experience points that you guys have accumulated thus far in the cave is 6,500 experience points, which then distributes evenly to the players that are connected. If that was about 5 seconds later, it would have divided Theos's experience points amongst everyone else, and they wouldn't have got the experience. Going forward, at the end of each session, basically, we'll distribute experience, and we'll be good to go. And we'll be able to track it. You guys look at your character sheets, you'll see that you have 3583 experience, 48,000 to next level.
Where do you see that?
The way you see your experience points on your character sheet is you click on your class on the main page. So you click on Paladin, and then it opens up your class and level. It has your XP and then your amount to next level. It doesn't track the amount to next level. You have to put that in manually, but it does track the amount of XP that you gain, from whatever number you have there. So, that being said, Ollie is kind of in the hallway here on these stairs, having kind of stayed out of the way of most of the blasts of this fire-breathing Minotaur. But Muriel and Zalazar are standing side by side with Vickward just behind them, and Dendang in the middle of the room, having just split everything that you found. You look around, and like I said, you see these hands on the walls, and some in the brazier. There's an old, kind of nasty, stinky bed pile, but other than that, it's fairly bare. But Kind of weird.
So the gruesome hand decorations seem to be set from all different species and types, just nailed to the wall.
Yes. There's like
And,
titans driven through them into the stone.
Can I do some sort of like? Can I look for any religious sort of paraphernalia? To see if there's a reason for all this carnage.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a religion check.
Yep. Do I click? I do the from the total, right?
Yep, you click on the total and then it'll roll it.
Got it.
You recognize the charred hands to be a Minotaurs commonly take trophies by hewing the hands from foes, and they dedicate the victory to their god Imix by roasting the hands in coals.
Gross. I think this guy was a little devoted to his god. They like to roast the hands as tribute or something.
You like to gain favor, right?
Yeah, I'm telling that to the party. That was to the party.
Sorry, my apologies.
Okay.
So this place is pretty gross.
Can we offer to assist with Mariel's investigation? With I don't know. I guess I'm just. Can we? Is there any way I can lend a hand? All right, I'm gonna go back to my drugs now.
I just got that. It took me a minute, but
Me
thank you.
too.
Slow.
Wait.
So Ollie steps forward and makes a crack about lending a hand. And when he does, though, he holds out his hand, and you guys look at him, and he looks down, and his hand, for several moments, does detach from his wrist. You guys see a stump with a bone sticking out of it, and the hand kind of floats several moments, and then he gets a look of surprise on his face, and it comes back and reattaches. You see him clasp it several times, and it looks to be functioning normally.
Wait, whose hand just did that?
Always.
Ollie
So
Gilmore?
Vickward and Muriel and Zalazar.
All he puts his hands in his pockets.
So in this room, you have the entrance that you guys came in, but you do see a tunnel leading out the western side of the room as well.
How's everyone feeling after that fight? Do you think I'm...
How do I pull up my character sheet again?
So once you've logged in and have looked at your character sheet, you can actually just double-click your name in the top left of your screen.
I got it. Thank you.
I don't think we tracked everybody's healing from Roll20. Let's take a look real quick, and I will give everybody their hit points.
Yeah, my hit points aren't what I had on my other sheet.
I don't think you guys went over that, if I remember right.
We'll adjust. Zalazar, you have 53 out of 59 hit points. So in your wound portion of your character sheet, which is just to the left of your HP, you would type 6, which will take you down to 53 total hit points. Dendeng, you're at 37 total hit points.
So did I put 37 or 29 under wound?
$29.
Got it.
Sorry about this. A little bit of a rocky start, guys. Muriel, you're at 62 out of 70, so you're 8 wound. You did level up,
I'm
but so you're
84.
wounded by 8 anyway.
So I put 8 for wound.
Yes. Vickford is good to go. Ollie, you have 80 hit points in roll 20?
I think so. I mean, I'm 3 levels of barbarian, and with a constitution of +2. So I mean, I rolled some 8s and some 10s when I leveled up my barbarian, which is 10s and 12s.
Okay. So
Barbarians get a lot of hit points.
you have
Well, here, let me pull up roll 20. We can
I've
see
got
what
it
I
pulled
have.
up. You have your
Well, check. Yeah, I mean,
you have 56 total hit points out of 80. So your 80 is your max.
Okay.
And so you're wounded for 24. Man, that does not sound right. I'm just saying right now, I need to research that.
Okay, so I put 24 in the wound.
80 hit points? Yeah.
Okay. So it should have 24 under WND, 80 under max, and then blank under temp.
Yep, because temp is for temporary hit points.
Right. I figured as much. So I haven't seen a situation. Where does that? I mean, that used to be a barbarian thing, but I haven't seen any of those rules kick in yet.
Aid or bless?
Oh, okay. Used to be when you go into a rage, you get temporary hit points equal to your
Got a blade
constitution
here.
bonus per level.
I need to look into this business of 80 hit points. All right, so what do you guys do standing in this room after you stand in this room for a while?
I personally feel like we should get the hell out of this room.
Vickwood's gonna walk over and cut out the Nothic eye and put it in his back.
Yeah.
Zal's
It's
gonna
for
run
studies.
over and check the other side of the cave to see if there's anything over here. And then I agree with Mariel. Get the hell out of here.
You go ahead and roll an investigation, Sal. Vickford, go through the items tab and see if you could find an item equivalent to an eye. Like, it doesn't really matter what it is. I'm mostly looking for like weight and kind of a similar value. Maybe if there's organs of some sort, or even eggs, and add it to your inventory. Rename it to Nothic Eye so we can track this stuff. All right.
Okay, how do I roll an investigation check?
Go to your skills tab of your character sheet, and then you can see the investigation skill. And there's a total column towards the right that has your total bonus. You double click that, and it'll roll it. You don't see much. You see a hallway that ends, or at least not ends, but it's pretty tight as it heads westward. You do hear some noise coming from that direction, but you're not able to really place what it is.
I tell everybody else that there's a hallway over here. I can hear something, but I can't tell what it is.
Ollie, wanna come take a look?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Where are we, Ollie?
See if you can get a little bit closer.
This
I'm-
is,
Certainly not going to.
how do I move the map?
So if
You
you
can middle
resize
click?
the map, you can click and hold your middle click, and it'll move. You can kind of scroll the map within the window.
Thank you. Alright, Ollie's gonna stealthily move down to, the corner down here, I suppose.
Okay, so Ollie, what I want you to do for your stealth check is in the skills section, rather than double clicking stealth, the total there, I want you to click and drag it down to the bottom right of your screen, and there's a shield with a dragon on it, and it should turn black when you drag over it with that skill. Drop it in there.
Bottom right of the entire screen?
Yep, it'll be right to the
Like
left of the library.
Okay, mine's not a... it's a little gold square. I don't have a shield with a dragon.
Sorry, that's what mine looks like.
Okay, alright. No problem. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that. So, stealth.
This is the bottom right.
Okay, so I drag the little shield on the right of stealth.
No. You drag the number. So, like for Ollie, stealth is. Let me
10.
look. There's a number that. Yeah, so it's going to be that plus 10. You click and drag that plus 10 down to the bottom right of your screen.
Okay, and then it rolls the dice. Okay. Alright, so. It briefly showed a number.
Okay, I don't think we did it right. You're doing.
I was on the map. I was on the.
Right. No worries.
I was. Yeah, the map legend was.
No worries.
Let's try this again.
We're still learning an interface, so the several sessions will be spent. We'll kind of be figuring it out, but pretty soon we'll have it sorted.
And I see the dragon face now. All right, and there's
Perfect.
my.
Cool.
Okay.
So
do I get to see where the dice was rolled? What the total was?
Ollie snuck down the hallway. You moved stealthily down the hallway, Ollie, and peer around. So
do I get to see what my die roll was?
No, you do not.
You haven't explained this concept yet.
So this concept is a dice tower for not like investigation checks. You guys are going to dig around and you're gonna know really how well you investigated. But as far as stealth, perception, intimidation, diplomacy, we can utilize this dice tower to roll those, and the rolls are private and show to me what the results are, but the character itself isn't aware of how stealthy or not the dice roll.
Ollie's pretty confident. Ollie's
confident as shit. Ollie stealths down this hallway, and you notice that there is a point, Ollie, where it is tight. You feel it would be tight for a halfling to fit through. It's only a couple feet across before it seems to bend sharper to the south. So you could head farther down and see what's down there if you'd like.
All right. Yeah, I'll. I mean, as far as I can comfortably, while still feeling that I can be,
Okay.
stealth.
So you head down this hallway a ways. A good from where you were at, even probably another 5 feet before Ollie would be uncomfortable with the situation. I would say this room it does appear, Ollie, to open up into a larger, fairly well lit room that has several branches going off of it from what you can see.
So, all right. Well, I mean, I guess I signal back to, my party members that the coast is clear up until they get to me, I suppose. Can I should I do a perception check to see? Do I hear anything? Do I see anything suspicious?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. Just roll this one out in the open here, and we'll see what.
Roll out in the open. What do I do?
Just
Same
double
thing.
click the perception result, like the total, and it'll just roll it to the chat. Or you can click and drag it to the chat. You hear some dripping, and that's about all that you hear from where you're standing.
Okay.
Oh, these guys are in for
All right,
a
well,
treat
wave
in a
everybody
moment.
forward a bit. I guess I tell them to be quiet, and I move forward a bit more. I'd like them to at least be able to, see and hear me. I'll continue to use stealth and move forward a bit more.
Give me another stealth check in the tower, Ollie.
All right.
Zalazar's gonna move up. Will he fit through that tight area?
It's tight. You're gonna have to squeeze. It's not an area you could move through in a rush, but you can squeeze through it, Zalazar.
Zalazar's gonna go ahead and squeeze through and wait at the top.
If it gets too tight, let me know.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. Is this like floor to ceiling? Are we talking about this tight, or is there a way that I can like climb up over?
Alright. Vickward walks up, takes out the clay glove again, and flattens out like a 5-foot section of the wall so she can pass through a little. Kind of pushes the stone back.
You did a what?
It's my specialty.
Well, thank you, Vickward. Kind of like
See, Vickward
puts her hand in
is
to make sure.
they don't
and
know
walks
that
through really
he's
quickly.
like a changeling, essentially. He replaced a member of their party. So
That's another new thing I didn't know about you.
Nobody's ever asked.
So Ollie, you sneak forward, and what you're able to see in this room is kind of quite interesting, actually. There's nobody here
Okay.
that you see. You do see it seems like there is an extending cave towards the south, but also you see,
now I see.
a ledge
Something.
leading out over this huge vertical shaft, and there's this 10-foot circular slab of stone.
Okay. What do I see? Do I see
Sorry,
anything?
I'm holding the totally wrong button, and now I look like a doofus.
All right.
Okay, so a 10-foot wide slab of stone levitates in the center of this wide vertical shaft. A bridge-like pier of rock juts out to meet the platform from the wide ledge that overhangs on the eastern shaft. Ollie, you step forward a little bit, and hot fumes rising from below. You can feel them start to heat your face, and this shaft is glowing with fiery light from underneath of it. Upward, it continues into the darkness, and then there are three exits leading from this shaft. Now, near the edge of this shaft, there is on this pier, there's a small brass gong and a striking hammer.
That sounds like a service bell, which I'm not sure I'm interested in ringing. I guess I motion. If I don't see anything else, I motion for everybody else to come forward and check this out. I also don't, but I don't move any closer than if I'm uncomfortable from the heat. I maintain a safe distance.
It wouldn't burn you. It's the
It's
cave
just
that you're in is
probably
cold.
warm.
Yeah, it's definitely a good 15, 20 degrees warmer than the air that you're walking through.
Yeah. While the rest of the party's catching up, can I peek down this other hallway that's kind of down, the first one on my left as I'm walking down?
Yeah, give me a stealth check again in the tower.
Sure.
And how far do you move down this hallway there? Like just right there?
I'm just peeking down it, listening.
Okay.
Seeing what I
Give
can
me
see.
so you sneak over there, and you listen. but why don't you give me a perception check? You're not able to see much. You do
Mhm.
catch something though. You smell something that's a little off. You smell something roasting, and it's not. It turns even your stomach, halfling.
It's not. It ain't barbecue, or not a barbecue I'd be interested in. All right.
Who wants to ring the gong?
So,
I think
was
that would
that
be a
a
good idea at the
pit?
moment.
That
I tell
we're in?
I go back and I tell everybody that I think there's something down that hallway over there that we may need to take a look into before we investigate whatever infernal creature may come and attack us from the depths of this pit.
I mean, it's so deep.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna go fishing for hell down a pit, probably make sure our back is
Make sure, yeah. Let's cover our six before we go diving headfirst into the abyss.
I'm sorry. What's down?
So
probably Satan.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ollie says there's something fishy going on down that hallway. I think it smells like I smell something as if something is cooking, though I don't. Though it ain't mama's cookies.
Oh. All right. Yeah,
I mean,
let's go check.
probably we found the hands. They got to be doing something with the rest of us.
Right. Yeah. We should.
Oh.
I would imagine whoever is people that call this, that ring the bell to call whatever it is that comes up from the depths of hell here. We should probably take care of them first. And I
Yeah,
think that they're down this hallway.
We definitely got to put a stop to that.
Right.
It looks like a sacrificial pit.
Something. Or the doorbell, or it's a doorbell, and it's the doorway to some really big thing's house.
Well, what do you say, Meryl? Do you want to go down in here first with me and see what's going on?
So Ollie, when Zalazar says that, you're standing there because you've been chatting with him, and you notice the shoulder where Ollie is taken some pretty heavy damage from one of the demons above, which has been kind of necrotic and black and kind of disgusting. The scales haven't grown back no matter what. You're looking at him, and this thing seems to be glistening for a moment. Just a moment, you think that there might have been an eye in there looking back at you.
In where?
In Zalazar's arm.
Oh, that's great.
Uh-huh.
Ollie kind of taps Mariel on the arm and kind of, do you see what I'm seeing, kind of thing.
That's Zal. I think we need to get you to a temple,
Yeah, you feeling
like
yourself?
soon.
Feeling yourself lately?
I assume my bandage fell off then, because we had bandaged that.
You took a fire blast to the face earlier.
Zal's gonna pull out a bandage and ask for somebody in the party to please wrap this again.
Mariel will, but like kind of at arm's length. She doesn't like. Do I get the sense that anything?
Sprinkle a little lemon juice, maybe some salt on there. See what happens.
Yeah, as you finish wrapping it, Muriel, and you kind of run your hand over it to make sure that the bandage is tight, for a moment you think you feel something moving under there. You're not 100% sure. It's like 50-50 confidence.
Zal kind of shivers. Dragonborns are not keen to have their scales damaged. They're very sensitive when that happens. He doesn't like it.
I'm trying to find my No, that according to that doesn't help. That one's so weird. It's so weird. Presence of strong evil. That's what I'm looking for from his.
What's the range on that?
60 feet.
Oh yeah, you sense strong evil coming from. Does it give you the direction?
From Zal, or is it coming from the hallway?
I'm asking. Does this spell give you a direction?
Well, is there a way to put the description in the from the shield into?
Yeah, I think you can click and drag the shield into chat.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
reading it right now though.
Yeah,
Until
that'd be cool.
yeah, you can click and drag the shield into chat now.
Alright.
Sorry about that. You know, you sense evil, coming, from a southerly direction. That's the best you can tell.
Alright, my head kind of snaps around down to that hallway. It's like, okay. Zal, you're gonna be fine for now, but we do need to go investigate and see what's going on there. One more side note, where do I track my channel of divinity usage? Because I have spell slots that I can take, but I don't have anything for divinity.
How many do you get a day? It's per
A 1
rest.
plus my charisma, so 4. That's for divine sense, and maybe turn the faithless in nature's wrath.
Okay, I just said it, so you'll have to. For now,
Or
that's what
maybe
you'll have to check the box next to him.
Okay, but you give me 4 for everything.
Yep,
And 1
we'll have
for
to separate them out into a different category after the game.
later. Okay.
Okay, I didn't mean to do that.
So what do you guys do?
Say we gear up and get ready to take whatever's in the end of that hallway.
Yeah.
Do we need a plan? Like, did it seem? How far away did it seem? Could you hear any?
No.
Okay, then we need to get you a little bit closer. But I'll stay.
Yeah.
How tight is this?
Rush in like the Spanish Inquisition.
No.
A little bit of healing my way would be a bad idea.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody. If there's
okay.
any, let's do some healings, and if there's any buffs that can be handed out,
That's a good idea. I'm actually okay, but if anybody needs some,
Let me see. How's Ollie look?
I am perfectly fine.
Then they could definitely
I
use it.
can give out up to 4.
Ollie's all right now.
How much can you give
Zal,
out?
how are you feeling? Lay on hands is level times
40,
5.
right?
So, yep. Or I can use 5 at a time to cure poison and disease. Actually, hey, that's a question. Does Zal's arm look poisoned or diseased that I could possibly?
No, you guys have established this is some sort of necrotic
Magic?
something. Yeah, you're not entirely
Okay.
certain. It's beyond your guys' capability. I'll give you more of this.
Zalzar know from reading books on those books on necrotic magic after
I wonder
studying
if
them?
like a restoration spell might help, perhaps.
Would he know that he needs to go to a temple?
You guys have looked at it and established that whatever it is, it's beyond your guys' knowledge. Where you go to it would be up to whatever Zal would do with something is beyond his knowledge like this. That's what he would do.
He would go to a temple and seek guidance.
Is Zal suffering any effects from it at this point, or is it just creepy?
Nothing noticeable.
Okay. Keep an eye on yourself, Zal. Let us know if you feel anything off. At some point, we do need to find a town. I think we're all going a little stir crazy in here. You guys are quite violent. Lately.
Let's go ahead and check this hallway, because I'm guessing that this map loops back around, so we can loop around and then get out of here.
Did you have a map, Zal?
No, judging by what the direction we've been going in, this should loop around and take us out. Zal's just saying that on intuition.
I didn't mean to
All
draw.
right.
Why did I draw?
Ollie, all right, if everybody's bandaged up, Ollie goes a little further stealthily down the hallway, and take to, using and to see what he can see. See if I can get a surprise attack on whatever's down there.
Roll me a stealth check, Ollie. Let's see if you can get a surprise attack on whatever's down there.
You're just gonna have me keep rolling stealth checks until I fail one, aren't you?
You don't know if you failed one yet.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. All right.
Does it make you nervous, Ollie?
I gotta roll a stealth check every 10 feet. Yeah, sooner or later, I'm gonna step on a squeaky toy or something.
Alright, Ollie. So you stealth forward, and you see in this room you see two Minotaurs standing next to this brazier that they seem to be focused on. They've got something at the end of, each of them at the end of a stick. They seem to be roasting something on this fire.
Gotcha. Is there a visible Minotaur bathroom anywhere in the room?
You can't see one from where you're at least.
So there's probably a tremendous amount of bullshit in here. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Then Ollie motions back, and he's like, hand signals like, two, horns on his head, big motherfucking, that kind of thing. So Ollie sets himself up for a sneak attack with his short bow on whichever one is nearest, and then motions to everybody to rush in as soon as he shoots.
Oh wait, Dending didn't get any health points back. If there's a last chance at.
What's that?
What is wrong with Dending?
It's still low on hit points.
Oh, Muriel was handing out healing.
Yeah, Mariel's handing out healing like it's.
Alright, okay. Did you need something, Dending?
Yeah.
Step up to the porch and put out your pumpkin. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she had handed some out to you. Sorry.
No, I asked. I didn't.
I'm sorry, I missed that part. I got distracted for a second.
Okay, so how do we set up my lay on hands? Heals 40.
You're gonna have to manually edit that for how much it heals when you go to lay it on.
Okay, is there a place I can track how much I've used?
Ooh, I would say
can
maybe
you add,
like
a second effect that I can drag from, and the first effect can be the total.
I can look into it to see if we can. I think we can automate the subtraction. For now, just manually.
Or
like if you
I'll
give
just
him
manually subtract.
Yeah.
No.
Set it to 40. Okay. Then if say you're giving him 15. Okay. You temporarily set it to 15. Heal him, and then you would change it to be 25 because that's what's left.
Okay. Got it.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome
back, Theos.
Sorry.
I just put 15 in the bonus.
Yep. If that's what you're healing it for.
Okay, that shot it up to 55.
Okay. You.
Now it's 62.
Come on.
I don't know
Why?
why it keeps
I don't
changing.
understand what the. So. Oh my goodness. Please stop clicking for a minute, okay? How much are you healing him for? Why don't you work that out while I sort
15.
this out? And
How do you feel? Okay, lean. Put a hand on Dendeng's shoulder, and my oak leaf in my other hand, and I heal you for 15. How do you feel now?
Alright, much better. Thank you very much.
Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't. I mean, you didn't pick a fight with those giant babies. I guess I should have known.
Yeah, I mean, I made it look easy.
Are you still messing with it?
no, it's just we'll sort it out after the game.
Okay.
Alright,
All right.
let's get in our storm positions.
We also moved your token here to the back of the party in this hallway. You guys are coming down. Do you see
Okay,
it?
I can't see the map anymore.
I'm gonna have to push it to the front of everybody's screen. I apologize, guys. Now you should be able to.
Thank you so much.
No worries. All right, so Ollie, you're standing here. You've spied these creatures. You've motioned to your compatriots, and your compatriots are in the cavern outside of this room here. What do you do?
Alright, I kind of give them the signal, to charge in on my signal. My signal is, when I shoot my bow. So at that point, assuming that I'm still stealthed, I take a shot at with my bow, so it's sneak attack on the nearest minotaur. And then after that, I think would be. I mean, I don't know if they're going to get a chance for a surprise attack as well. I think if we got the drop on them, that would be a surprise round for us. But
So you have stealthily moved into this room, Ollie. Everybody
Right.
else is outside of this room.
right, but
You motioned to us though, right? You
yeah,
did.
yeah. I told them, I've motioned,
So I imagine
hand
we're
signals.
close.
Yeah, two bad guys, big guys. I'm gonna shoot, and everybody rush in, or on the count of three. Or I'll just say
You
on
will
the
get
count
a.
of three.
So here's how this is going to go down.
On the
Hold
count
up.
of three, everybody
Hey,
rush in and attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's how this is gonna. Here's how this will happen, according to what you guys are describing to me. Ollie will get a surprise attack, and then initiative will be rolled, and then you guys need to figure out what order you guys are in outside of this hallway, right?
Well, Zalazar is going to prepare his Guardian of
These
Faith
people
spell
need to
to
get their
drop
ducks in a row
at the earliest possible.
and actually do a thing. They've been standing here now for an hour.
Dending can go in right behind Ollie.
I don't think I can get through this squeeze without making noise. So I will wait. But I have a plan.
Alright, so Ollie, you get a surprise attack on one of these creatures. If Dendang is behind Ollie, and Zalazar and Mariel are standing in in this entryway. Bickward and Theos, are you guys standing in the northern end of this cavern after I mentioned about 5 to 10 seconds have passed, and Ollie has kind of motioned to Salazar and Muriel at least. He's got about 10 seconds left to act. Real life. 7.
Okay, Sheila's moved up, but right behind Muriel.
4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Ollie. So you can go ahead and roll your attack on this creature, and then we'll all go ahead and roll initiative. The way you
go ahead and how do I do that?
the way you do that is on your character sheet. Go to the Actions tab.
Right.
Once you're on the Actions tab, there's a. I imagine you're going to use your bow, right? From there.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an icon that looks like a D20 and it says +7. You can click and drag that onto the token, and it'll roll it against the token. It'll tell you if it hit or not, and then you can drag the slashing damage onto it.
Slashing damage?
Piercing damage. I was just looking at the thing.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right, and then I got the sneak attack, so I guess that's...
Yep, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so this is a hit. So roll your damage onto the creature.
All right.
Okay, so then if you scroll a little bit downward, I need to look at their... Oh, there we go. If you scroll a little bit downward, you can see in your spells, you have a thing that says Rogue Sneak Attack. If you...
I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah.
If you click on the little magnifying glass next to it, there's an effect. We should have put that on you before. Sorry about that, but if you click and drag that onto like your token or your name in the character sheet, the one that says, you know, corresponds with your damage type, you click and drag that little guy on there, and then it'll roll that damage immediately upon the roll.
Which I got 3. There's 3 tokens. There's 4 tokens on the screen with my guy.
No, you would put it on yourself, right? On the map.
On the map?
Yeah.
On the map, okay. Alright, so sneak attack damage, 1d6 piercing. So I grab that and I drag it onto myself on the map.
Okay. And you'll see, so if you look in the combat tracker, it shows that effect on you, and it also shows it in chat. So your first die, your roll damage here was the 5, right? But let's go ahead and reapply your damage to him. I'm going to heal him this 5 hit points, and what I want you to do is click and drag that 5 from the chat onto him, and then it should auto-roll your sneak attack damage, if we did that right.
Alright. I think I did that.
It's alright. Just grab that result from the chat window and drag it onto the token of the Minotaur. And then it'll apply the damage. It may if you try...
Oh, the 1 + 4...
Yep, that. Huh. It may have been because we did it differently or something. I don't know why it wasn't rolling your sneak attack damage. I will note that down as something to investigate so that we can automate that. But you can go ahead and roll that's your D6. Oh no, there it is.
I just did that. Okay.
Oh, you added a second effect to yourself. Again.
Well, the first one didn't work, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I'll investigate it. We'll sort it out. I apologize.
So roll a D6.
Yep, roll a D6 and I'll add it to it manually. 5.
How do I just throw it out there, or
throw it into the chat?
Ah, okay. So there's 1, and then 2, and 3. Mother, son of a. Seriously.
Oh boy.
All right.
So Ollie completed the sneak attack.
Ollie has done a sneak attack. So now we all. So
More of a
Ollie
sneak
fires an arrow off into this room, and this creature turns around. What you guys see? So you guys fought this Minotaur earlier, right? And you saw this corpse. But what you guys see this time is something completely different.
Different.
How different?
How?
This creature turns around and hefts this great axe and roars at you, Ollie. And everybody can go ahead and roll initiative. On your character sheets on the main tab, you should have an initiative button. You can double click that, and it'll roll and put you in the turn order.
Mother, I quit. I give up.
This is Ollie.
Oh, okay. We're rolling initiative now? Sorry.
Yep.
How did I do it? I just click on the initiative thing?
Double click
And
on the
drag it
initiative.
to
Yep. Or you
On
can
the
click-
number.
Or drag it.
Yeah, or you can click and drag.
Oh, I got it.
That's
No,
that's
the wrong one.
intelligence. Boy, you failed that intelligence check, didn't you, girl?
Oh, 5.
Hey, Vickward, are you still with us? Racky, you there?
Is that it? There we go.
There you go. So Vickward, after a hard day of molding stone and using his dimensional viewer to show magics to lots of people, I think we may have lost him. So we're good. He will sit. And if you notice about this combat tracker, which is kind of neat, Vickward's not present. He's in there, but he's not in the turn order. We may get to him at the end, but we can skip around him. Either way, Muriel, you hear a roar come from this room as this Ollie has poked this spirited skeleton. What do you do?
That thing looks like evil. I am okay and all about killing this thing. So, how tight a squeeze?
I mean, you'll scrape through it, but you can make it.
Alright, I'm just gonna push through and I'm gonna get about here, I think. What's is my 25?
Yep, that's 25 feet.
Speed. I'm 25, okay. Yeah, I'll get there and I will give my dwarven thrower another try, I guess. I mean, I haven't spent any time with this thing, but I would like to practice.
Okay.
So I click and okay, yeah, that's the roll, that's the damage. Got it.
So you throw this at this Minotaur and it hits this creature.
Okay, so can I roll the damage though? Because what penalty?
What
do
kind
we
of
wanna
damage
do?
does it have?
It's 1d8 plus 5 slashing.
Yeah, it damages it.
No, oh, I'm sorry. It's blank because it's a. I don't know. It's blank.
Let's take a look here.
Chat.
It's no, I'm. You could do it from your inventory. There it is. It's a +3 bonus, so it's 1d8 plus 3. So what you need to do, let's show you how to build this. You click on the magnifying glass to the right of it. It opens up the little weapon dwarven thrower window. Now, in the bottom of your screen where your dice are, grab the d8. That's the third one from the right. Drag it over and drop it in the damage section, and add the bonus as +3. And then you name the slashing as slashing. The damage is slashing. Ooh, that's a D10. I may have directed you wrong. There you go. I added a D8 one, a D8 line in there.
How do I delete that one?
I removed it. You can fill that line out that I added and then roll that in.
Is there a stat bonus to it?
There's not. You have your stat, your +8 to throwing it, but there's no stat bonus to the damage.
Oh, it's damage. That makes sense. Okay, sorry. But I haven't attuned, so...
So this thing flies out of your hand, right? And and when it leaves your hand, it kind of flickers with this little bit of almost like a spectral glow to it, and then it strikes this minotaur and stays embedded in its bones.
Oh, shit. Okay. And then I pass my turn. Right.
There you go. I set it to your turn, so pass your turn manually.
Yeah.
Oh, and Muriel, having stepped into the room, holy smokes, you take a look around as well. A couple things that you see, Muriel. There we go. Let me just sort this out really quick. Still kind of learning how to operate this interface quickly. One, you see a Minotaur picking at this blackened ogre skeleton that is like pinned in place by iron nails to the north wall, and there's some rawhide straps that hold parts of it on as well. He as you step into the room and throw this other Minotaur skeleton shouts and turns around and hefts his axes as well. That being said, the one on the far side of the fire, it is its turn.
That thing is horrifying. What in the heck is going...
Okay, so he runs up and directly at you, Muriel. When he does, he points this great axe kind of up in the air at an angle, and then just before he strikes you, he brings it down to hit you, doing a charge attack. So let me see. My car moves 10 feet and then hits. So he attempts to gore.
We lost you.
Me? What?
Oh, you cut out. Sorry.
Alright, this Minotaur attempts to gore you. Unfortunately, he misses. The buddy on the northern side that was like picking at this skeleton also turns, and he holds his great axe at his side, bends straight down, and runs at you as well, Muriel, and attempts to gore you again, and misses. Jesus, it's really unfortunate. There's some cool shit that
It was my taunt. I don't know if you caught that, but it was obviously a crit.
It was. So, I'm sorry. I took a turn here of one of those Minotaurs that I shouldn't. I'm so used to them all having the same initiative, and
Same
Fantasy
one.
Ground
Yeah,
gives
I
them
figured.
different. I will skip that turn when I get to it, but I will respect the turn order afterwards. That being said, it's Dendang's turn. Again, I apologize, guys.
Okay, since the Skeletars came towards us, he's gonna fly into action on Minotaur 2. Get between... Yeah, he can share the space with Muriel.
There's room just kind of north of her. You could squeeze in between. There's no room for anybody else in between you two, but you could get up there, yeah.
Could I do that just a little south, so I can get at Minotaur 2?
You are a halfling, I suppose, aren't you?
Very fast.
Yeah.
He does like parkour off the rocks.
Alright.
And I land spear first.
Okay, so when you go to roll your attack, there's a couple different ways we can do it. You can control click the token that you want to target, or you can control click the enemy in the combat tracker, or you can just roll your attack like you have here. But in order to see if it misses or hits, what you'll want to do at this point, Dendeng, is click and drag that 5 plus 10. There you go, you got it. Perfect. At Minotaur 2, you hit that creature, you can go ahead and roll your damage. Either by target him, or you can click and drag it directly onto the token from your sheet. And alright, he takes 12 damage. Some of the bones crack, but he still looks like he has quite a bit left to go. Did it... Oh, damn. So you attack twice with that? Or what here?
Yeah, Dendeng gets 2 regular attacks for standard action now. Because
I think it has a thing though where it doesn't apply the lightning damage. Oh wait, no. That's sorry. I'm thinking boomerang.
No, I'm just looking. Okay, so it looks like though it rolled for some reason. If you guys look in the chat there, it rolled the 12 damage because he attacked for 25. Oh, I see what happened. No, I'm just being kind of stupid. I'm trying to figure out why he has 33 hit points of damage, because he shouldn't, right? Looking at the dice rolls, he should have 12 and 10, correct?
Right.
Because nobody else has hit that Minotaur. Oh no, Muriel did with the thing for 9.
Yeah, that's why
I
targeted that one specifically.
Perfect. Okay, it's all functioning normally. I'm just being a little overbearing on the trying to make sure everything's working. Okay, so he appears a little bit wounded now, if they could be such a thing.
Until my unarmed strike comes in.
That hits him, and he does look, they do look pretty damaged right now.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so in the
Pass your turn.
yeah, in the turn, or in the combat tracker, click the down arrow in the bottom left, and it'll pass your turn to Theos. Theos, it's your turn. You're standing in this room with this chamber to the west of you that is kind of blasting hot air. 10-foot slab of granite hovers in the middle of this, kind of just off of a stone pier, and you hear combat erupt in the cavern to the southeast. What do you do?
I move forward. How, what's the distance of these squares?
5 feet.
Okay. And then use my moon. So how do I use the spell?
Oh, good question. This has been a learning moment every time. So let's see. Go to your actions tab. We have a bunch of spells. Where's your moonbeam at? There it is, under level 2.
Level 2.
Okay. So, here's how we do this. Click the arrow to the, or not the arrow, the magnifying glass to the right of it, and it'll list all of the different effects that this spell has that takes place, right? So it's a 5-foot radius, and it does, it's a concentration spell. So first, when you cast this, we need to put the concentration effect on you. So if you see that bottom one, it says Moonbeam C Self. that puts the concentration on you. So you click and drag that little kind of walkie-looking guy onto either your token or onto your name in the combat tracker, and now you have concentration. It'll auto check that when creatures successfully attack you. So then the next thing you do is you need to force the Constitution saving throw onto the creature that is going to be taking this moonbeam. So if you see that little die roll that's to the left of the word save, click and drag that onto the creature, and it should force that save on them. Okay, and you can see that it was a success on that saving throw, but it takes half damage. So we need to apply that half damage. So you need to roll the 2d10 radiant. But which guy did you put that on? Minotaur 3? Okay. So roll that damage by just clicking and dragging the damage thing into chat, and I'll manually apply the half to it. Perfect. Cool. So this beam of light comes directly down from the ceiling above you and splashes across the floor and strikes this Minotaur. It manages to kind of align its bones structure so that it misses most of it, but it does take some damage. Oh, that's crazy. 80. Perfect. Do you do anything else on your turn, Theos?
No.
Alright, in the bottom left of the combat tracker, just click that down arrow and it'll show Ollie that it's his turn.
Where's the combat tracker?
Oh, I'm sorry. The combat tracker is in the top right of your screen. There's these two little crossed swords. Click that, and it'll bring up a nifty little deal that shows, the enemies and a little bit of information about you and your allies.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about that.
That's alright. That's alright. So Minotaur 2 is heavily damaged, or something. I guess that's what that means, right? Alright.
Yep.
Has anybody noticed whether, are these guys undead? They're skeletons, right? Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely
has anybody noticed?
not
Do they
of the light.
Do they take a reduced damage from non-magical attacks? That kind of thing. Has anybody noticed that? Or has Ollie's been observing? Can they be hurt by regular weapons?
It seems like the weapons
Everything
so far
Dendang
are,
does is magic.
Yeah, everything that's hit them so far has been magical, actually. Besides your arrow, Ollie, which did the expected amount of damage as far as you can tell.
Okay. Alright. Okay, well that's good news. So Dendang and the squares that were the map squares, are they standard 5 feet?
5 feet. Yep. Going forward with Fantasy Grounds, albeit all maps will be 5 feet, and creature tokens. If you notice, these guys are large. They're large.
Right. So I'll go ahead, and since Mariel is adjacent to Minotaur 3, I'll go ahead and attack, I suppose, with my scimitar in one hand and my rapier in the other.
So okay, do you have 2-weapon fighting?
I don't. So there's a heavy. So there's a penalty.
It's not heavy though, but we can adjust it really quick. And which one is going to be your offhand weapon?
We'll say I guess the scimitar. They're both considered light weapon, a finesse weapon.
But if we know which one's the offhand, then we can set it. So what you do is click that little magnifying glass to the right of the scimitar, like kind of just to the left of the shield, and I believe you just don't apply the dex bonus, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so it'll open up that little window, and you can see it has like the stat in 2 places. and you could change that to just be blank, and then it won't apply it. And then you could just name it in the attack thing, like offhand, and then we know what it is. You change it to base, that's what it is.
Oh, well, that's the attack. So I still get my dex for. Do I get my dex for the attack?
Let's look it up really quick and find out.
All right.
Let's see.
Based on what I learned playing my ranger, he does get his dex bonus, he just doesn't get his proficiency bonus.
Attacking with the second weapon does not add your ability modifier to damage, except when using the fighter or ranger style 2-weapon fighting.
You don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless the modifier is negative. You get to, and this is you get to use one bonus action per turn. So yeah, you can double attack. Okay, that's the text.
Yeah. And that just uses your bonus action to do that.
Right. So I can't.
You can't hide or sneak.
Right. I can't hide or stealth or any of that other kind of stuff that my rogue bonus attack or bonus action allows me to do.
Exactly. So you just don't do. So the way that reads, it looks like you just don't apply that damage, right?
Right. Yeah.
But so it doesn't say. You get proficiency as normal, and you add your ability modifier to the attack roll. So you actually add the dex, and then that little stat where it says whiz. We just click on that until it is blank. Yep, right there.
Right.
So that's perfect. That's set up just right then.
Okay.
Awesome. Cool.
Minotaur 1d6 slashing. All right. So my first one on Minotaur 3, I've high clicked on him. So now I drag my.
Check this out. Control click on him. If you control click on him, you'll target him, and then you could just double click your attack, and it'll auto roll it against him.
That's what I was looking for.
Yep.
Okay, so I just double click the die for my rapier.
Yep. Exactly, and you'll see it roll out.
Now this will also be a sneak attack, by the way, because
you've got flanking. Yep.
Okay. So do I have to apply something for sneak attack right now?
So you've got the effect on. Oh. No, okay. The effect is on yourself. Don't add it to yourself. Add it to the enemy.
So how do I do that?
So click and drag it from your character sheet, the effect, onto the token on the board.
Gotcha. Okay.
And let's see if that works. Okay, roll your attack.
And... Motherfucker.
Okay, so you miss.
Yeah, of course I did. I rolled a goddamn 1.
But it would have.
Perhaps. Alright, well, anyway.
Because it's got an effect on him. That's neat.
But your offhand hits.
Okay.
For 5 slashing damage on this
5 points of damage. Okay. So which almost doubles the amount of damage I've dealt out so far today.
There you go.
Alright.
Alright, and then if it's the end of your turn, you just in the bottom left of the combat tracker, click that little down arrow, and it passes the turn to the correct critter.
Oh, hold on, I gotta find the combat tracker again. I got a little windows going on here. Alright, so Okay.
Okay, and this is the Minotaur that hasn't acted yet. It turns and looks at you guys with its 2 compatriots blocking its reach to you, and it roars and it runs south. I will count the squares out there. Alright. This Minotaur here, Minotaur 3, I took its turn inadvertently early, so we're skipping it this round in the turn order. Salazar, you're up. What do you do?
curse at my screen because I just closed all my. Zalazar is going to move forward and get as close as he can to these two remaining Minotaurs. He's going to grab his holy symbol and use his channel divinity to start saying a prayer of turn undead. And these guys must make a wisdom saving throw or they're dead.
So that's destroy undead, right?
No, turn undead. If they fail the wisdom saving throw after my 5th level, it takes destroy undead into effect.
And that's up to what, CR?
Yep, and it is 1 or lower.
Okay.
At my 8th level.
Alright, so you step forward and you say your prayer. And tonight, the light of Bahamut is not upon you. Your symbol stays dark, and these creatures are not phased. The Minotaur that Ollie has stabbed at several times laughs when you do this, and the one to the east that Dendang and Muriel have beaten stands up and he hefts his great axe and he bellows out in your direction, Zalazar. He says, "There is no god in this place," and he hefts his axe to swing it down at Dendang on his next turn.
Damn. I was really hoping that was gonna work. Well, that's Sal's turn. He totally just failed.
And so, Bickward, are you here, Reki? He's not off. I'm gonna assume he's
put out a 24-hour stream. Yeah.
Alright. So we're back up to Muriel. Muriel, you just heard Zalazar's prayer. You heard him beseech his god in this place. And his god did not answer. What do you do?
That's concerning, because that's really, I'm in the pit, and okay, I'm trying really hard to not hold up, but we never built flame tongue.
Yeah, we did.
So I'm trying, no we didn't, we added it to my inventory and we renamed it, but it's not built.
What? Where's it at? Yeah, that is flame tongue.
1d8.
Oh, we need to build the powers.
Plus...
Manually add the extra stuff. So, it's in there. 1d8 plus 5.
Where?
It's in your inventory right now. Or it's in on your attack section. I see it on your sheet. Try unequipping it and re-equipping it. Because I see it under your weapon attacks. I see Flame Tongue, it's plus 8 to hit, 1d8 plus 5 slashing magic rolls. Perfect. So you swing Flame Tongue at this creature, you pull it out, you unsheath it, and you say your power word that you use to bring the fire to this sword, and flames do appear, but they're blue and quite ghostly. You swing and you hit this creature twice for how much damage? Hey, welcome, FGC. I appreciate you taking a look. I hope you enjoy it. I apologize if I missed you for a couple minutes there. Alright, dealing 23 damage to this creature. It is hurting a little bit, not too terribly bad. And the flame goes out as you strike the second time.
flame goes out?
Yes.
Okay. It's my turn.
Alright, this creature continues what he intended to do before, and he swings recklessly, I may say, at Dendang. So I'm going to roll twice here. He has advantage.
I will impose protection on one of those hits with my
Okay, I'll assume you impose protection on the first hit. What does that give you?
I believe it gives him disadvantage.
So then he just gets...
Lick it. Where is it? Fighting.
+1 bonus to AC, it looks like. Yeah, okay, so you impose disadvantage on the attack roll, so it would just mean that they roll once if they have advantage. However, keep in mind, when you guys attack this guy, you will get advantage on attacks against him for the next round. That being said, his first roll, because he rolled recklessly, he got advantage, but it gives disadvantage, or gives, puts him in a bad place. But he does hit for 16 slashing damage on Dendang. It's your turn, Dendang. What do you do?
I'm gonna hit him back real hard.
On the first one, though.
Yeah, you hit him. You hit him back, and I don't think it's just the first one. Let me double check the stat block here.
Well, it's your reaction.
To use advantage?
I'm assuming you can only...
No. All attack rolls against that Minotaur get advantage until the start of its next turn.
I'm talking about the hit to Dendang.
Oh. So you critical hit. Dendang. Roll your damage and it should automatically double it. Yep, so you stab this creature with Windbane, and it falls to the ground. This Minotaur is dead.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna throw Windbane at the next one.
Alright. Okay, and that hits, yeah. Dealing 7.
Sorry, that was the wrong damage die.
Oh, here, hold on. Let me fix it before you roll the right one. 3... Okay, 1 second. There you go. Go ahead and roll the right one. So that effect you would lay on the enemy, Muriel, by the way. When you go to use that, just drag and drop that onto the enemy. You don't even have to say it, okay? You can, but as you're saying it, drag and drop it onto the enemy you're imposing disadvantage on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's built to target the enemy to give him disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. So you deal 14 piercing damage as Windbane flies from your hand and strikes this creature, and it sticks in its ribcage.
Cool. And that completes my turn.
Go ahead and click the turn order changer, and there you go. So Feels, it is your turn. You've got your moonbeam up. I assume you're going to maintain it on this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So back on your actions tab, what you'll do to maintain it on him is you will click and drag that save again onto him. And then they were successful. So what you'll do is you'll just double click that damage or click and drag it into chat, and then I'll manually add the half to him. There's got to be a way to automate this, and I will figure it out. All right, so you deal 5 damage with Moonbeam to Minotaur 3. 32. Okay. All right. Do you do anything else on your turn? Yeah.
Nope, that's it.
Go ahead and click the down arrow in the bottom left of your combat tracker, and it'll change your turn to Ollie. You're up. This Minotaur's
Alright.
raising his axe at you. You better do something good.
Yeah, I'm going to, I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing I did previously. And so the first one, I will have the sneak attack of piercing with...
Okay. So
I
click
put
and drag that on him. Yep.
on him.
Yep.
Okay.
And then now attack him.
My rapier.
Yep.
And I can just double click it. Okay. And maybe I hit something.
Yeah, you hit. Okay, so
Alright.
roll damage and let's see if it auto does this for us.
Alright.
If we're doing it right.
God, son of a... Alright, no, I didn't add the...
Nope, it didn't roll that, so we're still doing it wrong.
Alright, that's alright. So let's, there's a 1. There's a 2. And then there's a 2. Okay.
Okay,
Correct.
so that's 6 and 5, so I need to apply an additional 6 to it. 6, so
And then
40.
I got my rapier. I mean, the rapier, which is set up right now. I mean, the scimitar, excuse me, to just do the slashing damage. So
Yep.
that's okay.
Maybe you do apply that sneak attack to yourself. We'll try that next turn. Okay, so that hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. If you guys see that things hit, roll damage automatically, and it'll apply it.
Okay.
Cool. So he takes another 3 damage. You've slashed him up. He's looking a little bit wounded. Not terribly so. You do anything else on your turn, Ollie?
No, I stand and deliver. There you go.
All right. All right. Go ahead and click that little down arrow on the bottom left of your tracker.
Hold on, how many? I see. I rolled the. Okay, that was the damage. Okay, all right. I'm just checking. So I did 5, 10, 13, 16 points of damage. All right. Kind of blows. Whatever.
All right. So it is a Minotaur's turn. And then let's see how far he moves. So you guys see this Minotaur come charging back into the room. And then it is this other guy's turn. So he recklessly attacks at Ollie. So he hits Ollie. He swings his great axe down, and Ollie, you get struck for 16 slashing damage. You managed to ward off a little bit of it, but you take a good hit there. And then it's Zalazar's turn. What do you do?
Salazar is going to Can I get between Ollie and Mariel? We could have the guy.
There's no way you're fitting in between those three. I'd say if the two halflings weren't there, Mariel and Zalazar could stand side by side, but it's tight with two halflings and Mariel in there.
Then I am.
Oh, by the way, I can use Uncanny Dodge to cut that damage in half, by the way. So I'm still a rogue. A 5th level rogue, when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
So is that like an effect you'd apply on yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be. Let's see if it's a thing. If it's a spell that we can put in the sheet. If we can do that.
Uncanny Dodge.
Oh yeah, there it is. Here, I'll drop it on your class abilities, dude.
Where do I get that again? Click on.
I put it on there for you.
Action.
It's
Oh, you
under
already did?
spells. Yep, and it's right there. So you'll add that to yourself next time you go to use your reaction to do that. Basically, you'll drag that effect onto your own token, and it'll
You could
resist.
just drag it onto you at the end of your turn too.
Well, he would have to use it. That's basically him declaring his reaction 100% of the time, so he wouldn't have it if it was for anything else.
You'd have to wait to roll then for a second then.
I would, yeah. I'll have to declare hits and then basically give you guys a couple seconds to have a reaction going forward. Because Muriel has some of those too. You guys are getting those at your higher level.
I have quite a few, yeah.
So I'll start declaring hits and give like maybe 5-10 seconds. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Or just, yeah.
But go ahead and
Yeah,
have that down to 18 or 8. Sorry, that's 16 that you took for your uncanny dodge this time, and then we'll see if we can
add 8 more back on.
Yeah, basically subtract 8 from your wounded number.
Oh, gotcha. So subtract it, right?
Yeah, so your wounded would be 32.
Wounded counts how much you've lost.
Right.
Yep.
I guess.
Counts
It's
up instead of
backwards.
down.
I just think of it like Sudoku, and for some reason it makes sense to me.
There you go.
Well, it's like indie racing as opposed to NASCAR racing.
There you go. Yeah.
They count the laps down instead up.
So, Zalazar, what do you do?
In Indy, they say they've finished this many laps, whereas in NASCAR, they say there's this many laps left. So, anyway.
Zalazar is going to fire. That did not work.
So you're trying to cast Guiding Bolt? Let's take a look at your sheet and work through it together.
I should have targeted the Minotaur in front of Ollie and smacked him with it.
Okay, so if you click on the little magnifying glass to the right of Guiding Bolt, it should open and show a couple different lines underneath of it. Guiding Bolt is a spell attack, so that if you look, there's a thing that says attack ranged +6. And then, so click and drag that on to the token of the guy you're shooting your fire in this at. So now we see that you hit. So now you can put this, you can click and drag the damage on it. Now, before the next person attacks this creature, you will apply that other effect on them. Whoever attacks them the next time, on their until the start of your next turn. If they attack them, they'll get advantage. You'll apply that last effect. You do anything else?
Do I drag and drop that extra effect onto the Minotaur or the person attacking?
drop it onto the Minotaur. Let's see how that works. Let's see if that works. And then if it doesn't, we'll put it on the person.
Okay, that's my turn.
Cool. Alright, it's Muriel's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try something here. So, with Shield Master, that feat that I just took, if it says if I take the attack action on my turn, I can use a bonus action to try and shove a creature within 5 feet
Yeah.
with my shield. So, do I have to take the attack action before I shove?
It says if you take it.
It says if you take the attack action on your turn. Like if I want to shove
Yeah,
this
it
guy
sounds like
and
you
run
need
up to the
to attack and then
attack
push.
and then shove. Okay. Well, then I will hit this guy once.
Tell me what this looks like, what you're doing. Tell me what this looks like as you're rolling the die. Because we can see the results of your die. You see if you need to roll damage and do whatnot. So describe to me what this looks like here.
Just getting used to rolling.
When you swing with this sword, yep, there you go. It gave you advantage on that. And yeah, so we applied that one right. Cool. So when you swing with this sword, the flames again light up, but they are again blue.
Blue. Okay. Okay. So and then I damage. And he. Okay. So raise my sword up, and I plunge it into his chest, and then I rip it out, and I run over to Minotaur 1, and I, with my shield in front of me, I bash him.
Okay, and what does that do?
It just says I use a bonus action to try and shove a creature within 5 feet of me with my shield.
Okay, so you shoved him.
I shoved him.
Okay, so
I
you
don't know
step
what
forward
that means.
and you shove him, and he, what is shoving?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find that cheat sheet. I don't remember if it was a link or a PDF. I think it was a PDF.
Shoving a creature using attack action, you make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or push it away from you. You're able to make
I want to knock him prone.
multiple attacks with the attack action. This attack replaces one of them. Target must be no more than one size larger than you. It must be within reach. Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics check contested by the target's strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check. The target chooses the ability.
Cool.
So you roll a strength, just roll it on this creature. A 10? I'll have it roll a check here.
Not as cool as I wanted it to be.
Well, that didn't work. Hold on. You guys are making me learn how to roll creature checks.
Question while you do that real quick on the actions tab, am I supposed to have my feet in there?
We may want to look at doing that.
Okay.
Alright, so this Minotaur manages to resist your attempt to shove him. Seems to be slightly, probably a little more than a little bit fear as you're trying to shove him back into this brazier behind him. Brazier. You do anything else on your turn, Muriel?
I don't, because we're doing the reactions later.
Okay. Dendang, it's your turn. You're up. What do you do?
Dendang gets into position to finish off the last Skello. And by last, I mean the closest.
Okay. So you run up, wind veins sticking out of its ribs. Or no, actually, no, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I didn't delete that one, but Muriel bashed or slashed that one and it killed it. I apologize for that.
I see. So then Dendang moves, picks up Windvane, and then channels his key energy to shoot a fist of unbroken air at the one that's tangling with Muriel.
Okay. Again, I apologize about that. It said it was dying, and I was like, okay, it's dead, but it makes me confirm believe it. Go ahead and do your key power. This is the first time we've used one of these, isn't it?
It is.
So, if you click the little magnifying glass next to the Fist of Unbroken Air, it opens up the attacks here. It looks like that's a strength save they do against you. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Crap. Okay.
So what you'll do is where it says to the left of the save, there's a little die. Click and drag that onto his token, and it'll force that strength save. Okay. So he succeeded on the strength save, but it does half damage. So you roll the 3d10 damage into chat, and then I'll manually apply the half damage to it. And you can do that by just like clicking and dragging to the left of damage there into the chat. Perfect. 17, so that'd be, let's say 9. Let me apply that. This creature's looking wounded now. This Skeletor.
Oh, and he goes back 15 feet.
You don't push it or knock it if he succeeds on the save.
Never mind.
He kind of like, he's got himself braced, so like, you blast this fist of unbroken air in his direction, Dendang, and you can see him kind of take this brunt, and it knocks him back a little bit on his heels, but he's been guarded since Muriel was trying to push him, and he only takes a little bit of damage. I'll take you outside in a minute if you want. No?
Okay, then with the rest of my turn, I pick up Windvane, and that's it.
That's it. Okay. Theos, it's your turn. Your moonbeam is still out there, hanging out in between Ollie and Dendang. Do you move that onto the other creature?
I can move over next to Mariel, is that right?
Yes, you can.
If I use an ice storm, can I direct it just to this one in the corner? Or if I use that, will it damage everything around?
So that's a 20-foot radius. So let's check this out. I've got a drawing tool here. Radius is from the center of the circle, right?
Yeah.
So where's the center of that? That's the size of the ice storm you can call. This is and
That's
feel free to do
gigantic.
this,
That's
right?
awesome.
This is the
Yeah.
first time you considered doing something like this, and I mean, this is one of your pretty high. That's one of your level 4 slots. So like you can see the power that this can have in an area. But
Keep
if you
in mind,
want to place
also-
it, I can place it anywhere.
I can I give out some bonuses to saving throws and stuff. So if we need to get out or like back up, we might be okay. I say do it. It looks awesome.
Okay. I'm gonna use it. And do I just place the circle?
Where do you want it at? I'll place it for you. Where do you want the center?
Target it like so it targets those two with
If you
as
placed it
little
like,
to us as
Oh, that looks good.
but so like the thing about this, let me see how this spell reads though, because you can't see the point that it is centered on. No, it just says centered on a point within range. So you're really lucky because a lot of spells read centered on a point you can see within range. And in that case, you can't see through the rock wall that it would be being placed in, the center. But on this case, it doesn't read like that. So, what you'll want to do is click on the little magnifying glass to the right of Ice Storm, and there's a save there. Click and drag that save onto each of the creatures, both of these Minotaurs, that you can see. Okay? One failed and one succeeded. So what I want you to do is take the damage, one, click and drag it onto that one that failed, the one that's to the south, and then we'll have it and place it on the other one.
Put it on the one to the south?
Yeah, that's the one that failed the saving throw. Alright, so this the 5 of you standing in this room see Theos, who's always kind of stood to the back, but seemed a little more confident since Zalazar handed her this dragonbone sword. She steps forth and she holds this sword aloft, and you hear her chanting some words in a language that none of you guys can recognize. And winds begin forming in this room and whipping around, and this just wall of ice that seems to just be flowing almost like water starts on the ceiling and hits the floor and disappears. You guys can hardly see through it, and you hear this Minotaur on the southern end of the room howl as you guys do this. Do you do anything else on your turn?
Nope, that ought to do it.
Okay, so that's and so then this thing disappears. Well, let me see how long it lasts. Hold on. In the storms area. Okay, so it's until the start of your next turn, and it's not a concentration spell, so your moonbeam is actually maintained. Which means when the spell ends. Let me see. But you used your action to cast this ice storm. But just keep in mind that moonbeam is still up, and you can move that on your next turn if you want, Theos.
Wait,
Okay.
she can bring up that ice storm and it's not concentration.
Yeah.
Oh god. That's awesome.
So after casting that spell, what you'll want to do is scroll up to the top of your... Oh no, it automatically tracked that 4-slot spell usage. That's really neat. Cool.
Oh no, I clicked it.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. So make sure you guys are tracking your spell slot usage at the top of your actions tab by just ticking those boxes. Fortunately, there's no automatic tracking yet, but it's getting there. That being said, it's our little buddy's turn, and his buddy was hanging out, waiting for it to be his turn. So this ice storm is pouring down, and a couple things happen. Alright, so this creature that took the brunt of this damage moves forward. He's not able to charge, he's a little too close to you, but he steps forward, and you guys hear this odd tune begin to play in the background. And he laughs. Zalazar, you recognize, well, you don't recognize, you just hear, coming from behind you, the sound of scraping as these bones grate on rock, and a Minotaur skeleton steps forward from the alcove behind you. Let me make him visible. There we go. And each of these laugh, and the one near you, Zalazar, looks you dead in the eye, and the one near Fios laughs, hearing this tune, and he says, "There is no God here," and they each take a breath. And as this quaint little tune plays in the background, you guys hear this almost like an elven voice in your ears. And in the next moment, fire washes over all 5 of you guys as these 2 new Minotaurs breathe a burst of flaming breath weapon. We will have everybody roll dexterity saving throws at the start of the next session.
Oh, that's perfect time to learn how to use my auras.
Probably is.
I'll probably be using Uncanny Dodge. And there's something else I think I have that is dexterity based.
Alright, well, that's it for tonight. I thank you guys for coming and watching.
Oh, alright.
I really appreciate it.
Good game, guys.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, that was fun.